Good morning, students. I hope you all are well and good at home, enjoying the nature. Even be careful during this rainy season. Today, we are going to discuss about the chapter Indigo. The author is Louis Fisher, who was born in Philadelphia. He served as a volunteer in the British Army between 1918 and 1920. Now, Fisher made a career as journalist and wrote for the New York Times, the Saturday Review, and for European and Asian publications. Now, the following is the excerpt from his book, The Life of Mahatma Gandhi. The book has been reviewed as one of the best books ever written on Gandhi by Times Educational Supplement. The chapter Indigo tells about the movement that Gandhi ji had started, and this chapter is the extract highlights the injustice of the landlord system in Bihar, the Champaran peasants who were sharecroppers, and they were exploited by the rich and influencer English landlords who insisted on cultivation of indigo on 15% land and made them surrender the entire indigo harvest as rent. And when Germany developed a synthetic indigo, they obtained agreements from the sharecroppers to pay them compensation for being released from the 15% arrangement. Gandhi took up the cause of the poor peasants. He secured justice for them through convincing arguments and negotiations. So this chapter, when it starts, that when I first visited Gandhi in 1942 at this ashram in Sevagram in central India, he said, I will tell you how it happened that I decided to urge the departure of the British. It was in 1917. So here we will see how Gandhi came to know about the indigo matters in Champaran, who came there to meet Gandhi, how did he convince Gandhiji to come at Champaran and lead the things and solve the things. Okay, so in December 1916, Gandhi went to Lucknow to attend the annual convention of the Indian National Congress, and there were 2,301 delegates and many visitors. A peasant means a farmer, Kisan, from Champaran, Bihar, Rajkumar Shukla. He asked Gandhi to visit his district. He came there to meet him. Shukla followed Gandhi wherever he went. In 1917, Gandhi and Shukla boarded a train for Patna. Shukla led Gandhi to the house of a lawyer named Rajendra Prasad. Here we see that Shukla said Gandhi that under an ancient arrangement, the Champaran peasants were sharecroppers and Rajkumar Shukla was one of them. He was illiterate but resolute. Resolute means he was firm to convince Gandhi to come at Champaran. When the Congress session completed and he talked to Gandhi, okay, and Gandhi said that he was already busy with other appointments in Kanpur and was also committed to go to the other parts of India. Now Shukla accompanied him everywhere. When Gandhi returned to his ashram near Ahmedabad, Shukla followed him to the ashram and he urged Gandhiji to fix a date to come at Champaran. Now Gandhi was impressed by the sharecroppers' tent city. Okay? And story. He said that when he would come at Calcutta, meet him, and then he would go with him. Till then, Rajkumar Shukla waited, accompanied. Finally, the date came and Gandhi went to Calcutta Then both of them boarded a train for the city of Patna in Bihar. There, Shukla led him to the house of a lawyer named Rajendra Prasad, who later became president of the Congress Party and of India. Now, Rajendra Prasad was out of town, but the servants knew Shukla as a poor yeoman. Now, yeoman means a farmer who pastured their master to help the indigo sharecroppers. So, servant did not know Gandhi and did not recognize Gandhi. He just understood him as a one of the farmer from this Champaran. So they let him stay on the grounds with his companion Gandhi, and whom they took to be another peasant. But Gandhi was not permitted to draw water from the well, lest some drops from his bucket pollute the entire source. And we can understand that it was the time where the untouchability was prevailing. So Gandhi was not allowed to draw water from the well. So then, how did they know that he was not an untouchable? It's a question. So Gandhiji did not decided to go first to Muzaffarpur because he couldn't meet there Rajendra Prasad. So he decided to go first to Muzaffarpur, which was on the road to Champaran, to obtain more complete information about conditions that Shukla was capable of imparting. Means Shukla did not clear the things the way Gandhiji wanted to know about the details. So that's why he decided to go to Muzaffarpur. He accordingly sent a telegram to Professor J.B. Kriplani of the Arts College in Muzaffarpur, whom he had seen at Tagore Shantiniketan School. The train arrived at midnight, 15 April 1917. Kriplani was waiting at the station with a large body of students. They gathered there to welcome Gandhi. Gandhi stayed there for 2 days in the home of Professor Malkani. So remember all the details, the information, the dates, the year and the name of the people who are mentioned in the chapter because they are historical matter. So Gandhi stayed there for 2 days in the home of Professor Malkani, a teacher in a government school. So two names we got here. J.B. Kriplani, professor of the Arts College in Muzaffarpur, and second name is Professor Malkani, a teacher in a government school. So it was an extraordinary thing in those days, Gandhi commented. What he said. Why it was an extraordinary thing in those days? Because this government professor were not allowed to harbor a man who were doing the movements for the liberation of India, the reformation of Indian culture. So for a government professor to harbor a man like me, harbor means to give a shelter, to allow to stay at their home. The Professor Malkani was a government professor, a teacher, so Gandhi commented this. In smaller localities, the Indians were afraid to show sympathy for advocates of Home Rule. People were very much afraid to show sympathy for advocates of Home Rule. The news of Gandhi's advent and of the nature of his mission spread quickly through Muzaffarpur and to Champaran. Now the mission is what? The people in Muzaffarpur, the people in Champaran, they came to know that there is a person who came here to solve the matter of sharecroppers things. Sharecroppers from Champaran began arriving on foot and by convenience to see their champion. The champion is the word is used for Gandhi. Muzaffarpur lawyers called on Gandhi to brief him. They frequently represented peasant groups in court. They told him about their cases and reported the size of their fees. These advocates mentioned all the things. What was the sharecropping matters? who were the landlords, and what was the deal was done between these two. And even they said, means advocates, said that if they work for these peasants, they would get this much fees, and it was very big fees. So Gandhi chided means got angry on the lawyers. He scolded the lawyers for collecting big fee from the sharecroppers. He said, I have come to the conclusion that we should stop going to the law courts. Taking such cases to the courts does little good. Where the peasants are so crushed and fear stricken, law courts are useless. The real relief from them is to be free from fear. Remember the line. The real relief for them is to be free from fear. Means if peasants would go to the court, they would pay the fees. Already they were poverty stricken. Okay, the sharecroppers. How would they pay the good fees to the lawyers? So Gandhi said it was useless to go to the court. First of all, the great thing or the real relief for the peasant is to be free from the fear. Now here the thing is mentioned. What was the deal between the peasants and the landlords? Most of the arable land, okay, most of the arable land means land fit for plowing or tillage, यानी कि कृषि योग्य भूमि where the crops can be grown well. So the most of the arable land, fertile land in the Champaran district was divided into large estates owned by Englishmen and worked by the Indian tenants. The owners were English and the workers were the Indian, the farmers. The chief commercial crop was indigo, a plant, indigo. The landlords compelled all tenants to plant 3/20 or 15% of their holdings with indigo and surrender the entire indigo harvest as rent. This was done by long-term contract. So students, will stop here. Now you read this much chapter at your own way. Okay, the homework of today will be this many pages. You may see here the from first, second and third up to here you will read. If any doubt you can ask when we will meet face to face. Okay, and prepare the summary up to here. Thank you.